One of these days, I'm gonna do like a proper professional intro for a stream with like all set up like screens and transitions and changes. Um, one of these days. Today is not that day. Today is a Weird West stream day because I want to play some more of this game. We did a bit of a quick stream yesterday, but turns out Norco's got a lot of reading in it, and maybe I'm not the person for that. Maybe I'll come back to it. Sorry, I'm just organising my my smorgasbord of drinks. I need a coffee, I've got a cup of tea, and I've got some water. Ready for any situation out here. So it's been about a week since we played some Weird West. Where did we get up to? Well, we finished Jane... Is it Goodall? Your name? Belle. I don't know why I thought Jane Goodall. We finished Jane's story. Something to do with rescuing her husband, but then we got transformed into a pigman. Who's obviously doing very well. Things are going very well for him in life. Definitely nothing to see here. But I saw that on the map, Jane was available to hire as a mercenary. Not only that, but we picked up a wanted poster for Shelby Cross, who is the leader of the Stillwaters, who... word for this. Was doing bad things to Jane. So it was kind of like the end of Jane's story. So I was like, right, I definitely want to pick that up, and I want to go and pick Jane up, and we want to go and do some evil to someone. We still have that box we've not opened from like 5 hours ago. Knives. Belts. Yeah, I said I think we're gonna go for like a rapid firing gun, just because it's like different from what we did last time. Also got a shotgun, and I think we've got like lots of like abilities that let us take damage and tank stuff. So we could go in with some melee stuff with this character. It's definitely built toward that, more so than just like the pure rifle and stuff. And I do want to try and play them differently, because that's interesting. Ah, we have poison immunity. I didn't know that. So I want to make sure I'm like all set up on that. Have a cleaver. Oh, I'm bulletproof at the moment. Dog has a bone. That's how we change guns. We have next to no ammo. Jane's like reburied her stuff here. Yeah, I'm not gonna dig up the kid. Everyone knows around because we're like kind of in desperate need. I wonder, can we trade with Jane? That's an interesting thought. Yeah, that was the other thing. We sort of found Jane back again, and she like lost, like she had fuzzy memory over the whole situation of when we played as her, and was getting headaches and stuff. Oh, we just have access to all our old stuff again. I don't want to take it all. Somehow feels off. Definitely going to have some of it though. You know, we earned this after all. The main thing I really want is some bullets. They're all on the side here. Human means we can't take them. We can deconstruct some of these guns. hopefully get some. I think all of these is a terrible idea, but we've got room and we've got some healing items now, so I'm wary that like Shelby has this sense of being like an endgame enemy to me. I have no idea if that's true or not, but the very fact that he's like sort of the last boss for Jane sets me on edge a little bit about like taking him on now after everything we went through with Jane. Who's on the wanted posters. That being said, that could be all completely wrong. A drink of water. Get out of here. No, it's good to be back playing. Yeah, playing Norco, like it seems like an excellent game. I really don't want to like be terrible to it. I think we should take on Perry first, and then Shelby Cross. Or we can go to Grackle. I don't think that's going to be a terrible idea, especially because it's kind of on the way. Yeah, then like the game I actually want to be playing it. Time for me to pay for what I've done. All I ever wanted was a decent life, but you and the cursed law won't let me be. This seems as good an end as any. Hey, this is like going badly. That went very badly. Who is she? I think any game that has like a nemesis or vendetta system, you need to get like a small explainer underneath, just being like, okay, this is this person, this is their deal. Have someone spent relics, which could be useful if we're having to do this fight again. I'm gonna grab that unstoppable charge because I have a feeling we're going to be closing distance a lot. Strike all targets within melee range in a single spinning slash. Melee attack speed is increased by 50% for 10 seconds. That seems like really useful actually. That charge is alright, but we've already got the unstoppable charge. I think it's going to be more useful. Let's grab adrenaline. Let's use weapon ability. Not getting the same encounter. Which is interesting. So, we want to do then? We want to loiter. Keith Davis. Hope it wasn't any trouble. Here's your reward. Reward for what? Didn't do anything. Going to be ranking member of the Whistling Dixie. Hey, isn't... One sec. Wasn't that the lady who just attacked us? But 12 days left on Shelby. I do also wish you could sort of see the travel time here. Like, can I get there or not? Because I want to loiter for a day, but I want to see if like doing that's a bad idea or not. Drop a save. We know we're safe here, and do what I think is going to be the most economic approach in there. Ooh, purple. That is good. I'll definitely take one of them. I get rid of all of those. I'm gonna what to call no such a concern with that. Does she have ammo? I think being a weapon salesman. Got a load of pistol ammo. Go on, let's spend the money, because I think that puts us in much better stead to sort of called when you like take a win and snowball it into another win. How many junk? And I've got food, which is going to be useful because we're going to head into some combat. Birds allowed today. Yeah, I couldn't remember what button it was to heal either in that last fight. Let's go boop here. Prosperity. Oh, travel time 22 hours. Okay, so we've got loads of time. But let's go to this one first. Oh, big stretch. There's always more than one side to a story. Get off the beaten path and write your own legacy. Abandoned Mustang Valley. I wonder how useful sort of melee is for stealth stuff. Is that like loads better? Not loads better. Ah! Okay, some of this melee stuff's a little difficult. Everyone's coming out here. So let's run away. Okay. Try and do an ambush here. Yeah, melee, they seem to dodge it a lot, which is unusual, really. Francis Bailey freed her from the still waters. Problem is, a lot of these guns, I actually prefer more ranged ones, like the pistols and stuff like that. Maybe I won't after I've played the character for a minute, but to start with, it feels a little funky. Yeah, there's like quite a bit of dodging that goes on. And when you do hit, you do a lot of damage. But it's hard to get that hit in. I'm glad there is some leveling up between characters because sort of going through that entire process again. Somehow eating the corpses feels wrong. As long as Jane doesn't mind though. But yeah, if I had to completely like level up from fresh again, that would be a little. We don't, so. I wonder if it's the sort of game where you get benefits for not being cannibal. I'm gonna call it role playing and just. I sort of started doing that with Jane when I played as her. I was like, I'm gonna bury everyone I come across until I realised one, you kill a lot of people in this game, and two, spades have a certain amount of like damage they can take. Aim to like monitor a load of sheriff stars over here. Getting them for a rainy day. This room wasn't like this last time. Ooh, nice. Yeah, I was saying that I wasn't going to use like the sharpshooting sort of type weapon, but when you pick up a nice one like that, you can barely say no, can you? I'm not sure if the combat, like, something we spoke about up to this stage, how quick it is, like how action intensive it is. Like when things go, they sort of just go. I wonder if that like limits the experimentation to some degree. But that being said, like Dishonored still has some of the most experimental combat I've kind of seen in the game, and people don't sort of levy that issue against it. We're just wondering if we're seeing like everything we can with it. Common folk literature. On bearing and poise. Care and cleaning of a bodstock site. Greetings, fair reader. You've laid hands on this book, then you've made the good fortune to own a high-quality firing iron from the fine weapon manufacturers of Bodstock and Sons, Inc. We hope the following pages serve to edify you upon the subject of your new possession. Yeah, I'm definitely back into, like, let's loot everything mode. Oh, lump. Build up a bit of that generational wealth again. Oh god. That genuinely a little surprising. Well, we know what we do with people who slightly surprise us. Punch. This is where we get like 10,000 bad things that happen because we've like eaten so many so many people when we leave. Like sometimes the renown I think only like tallies up when you leave because we got a load of bad renown on our Jane playthrough. The one area because I think we allegedly might have killed everyone. Might try and go back and read that actually. Want to go back to Grackle? What's our timing on that? 12 hours. Got plenty of time. Doesn't seem to be much stuff to the crafting or some of the crafting. Definitely systems there for taking the furs and making stuff out of them. It's just not really come up so. Sure, we've definitely encountered these enemies around here before. Make use of these delicious cacti. Hopefully we can start getting money again to get a horse, because that was very useful. $300. Oh yeah, people don't like us, do they? Knows why. Oh, so this is a side quest. Looking for work. My runner's laid abed with fever. And got a client at the Dagger and Bones waiting on an order of trapper supplies. We'll pay you decent, say $50. Mighty fine of you, friend. The delivery is expected at Lean Haunch. Make sure it gets there in one piece. When you're there, find Alejandra Amaya and hand over the goods. She'll compensate. For some reason I thought I had another. It's got better range. I'm going to switch over to the machete. Just out of interest. Doesn't have much luck with that cleaver. Things kept dodging me. How are we doing on health? We're alright. Might pick up a few more first aid kits. That gets us in horse range, doesn't it? Fine. Was it $300 or 3 plus? Oh. The food. Bars. Is of interest. If we can start doing some. Do not need poison. As we are immune. If it's only 2 copper nuggets for the machete. Oh, the damage is going down compared to what we're using at the moment. So we may as well make a service rifle. Yeah, so we're working on decent stuff. Apart from a bow. Which we can probably steal off Jane, but 5 rope. Durability on these. God, that wedding band. We when we finished the quest, my husband was like, "Ah, so I see you had to sell your wedding band. Well, it's fine, you know." It's like I didn't. I kept it on purpose. Hollyville Sheriff declares town safe from gangs. After much hard work from lawkeepers and citizens alike, the Sheriff of Hollyville has declared a hard-fought victory against gangs plaguing the town. Outlaws of all kinds would do well to remember that they will not be welcomed. Look. Bear readers, take caution. Despite recent setbacks, which may indeed be sure cause for celebration, the infamous Stillwater Gang, greatest of the West threats, is still in operation. Though notorious boss Pop Stillwater has not been seen for months, a crafty new operator known as Shelby Cross has taken apparent control of the gang, and remains at large. Travellers beware, and bounty hunters note that there's a hefty price on Cross's head. Contract awarded for construction of a new jailhouse building in Red River. Right. Time for a fresh save. Things are about to happen. Big moment we've all been waiting for. Kill Shelby Cross at Prospect. Is there a limited time that we can before we can claim bounties? I don't think there is. Like this make you Stillwater 3. Definitely fought here before. Can we try and manufacture it so that Jane gets the kill? White, no other. Oh, nearly. Seems like a weird sporting thing to me. They've all just come in from one place. If we can make it work. Also got to test this machete. Do not like up close combat. Come on, Jane, you deal with Shelby. I'm just dealing with something over here. Shelby Cross. Well, well, well. Ain't it often the main course walks itself in the front door? Think you can take on the Stillwaters and live? Let's find out. I don't quite know what happened there. I'm assuming I was stood next to a barrel of some sort, but... As I say, very explosive. Very explosive combat where the stealth doesn't feel too rewarding either. I still like it though. Oh, that was it, yeah. It was sort of like... Yes, the combat design may not have been 100% the best in all situations. But the stealth, I mean. Oh, don't kill Jane. Why is she using a bow as well? He has a lot of health. Yeah, I'm gonna have another shot at this one. I just can't. I know we sort of talked about living with your the results of your actions and things like that, but I can't let Jane die when Shelby's right there. I feel like it's not the end of the story that I want. I do think we're gonna have to take this a little more stealthily. We can get rid of his follower. Or we can do like the explosive barrel trick. Yeah, that explosive shells hits hard. Do want to try and get some of these guns off the field as well. I can tank most of the damage. I think that is best. Yeah, he's using these explosive shells. This is where we need to be careful. Okay. There we go. My laptop switched off. Vengeance. Vengeance for both me and for Jane. Oh, he's got a nice shotgun as well. And a nice machete. You know what? Feels right after everything he's done to eat him. There we go. So that's kind of the end of Jane's story a little bit, I think. I mean, she can continue to join us now. Not the end of everything. No wonder he's doing so much damage though. Those sort of weapons. Game definitely knows how to have interesting parts. I wonder if these vultures came in because they knew that now to instantly like heal yourself all the time was powerful. Yeah, Cynthia's the bank vault. Bank vault over here? Want you, want you. Back down to being kind of low on weapons again. Ammunition, I mean. But that's no issue. We've got like a decent selection of like better weapons than we've ever had, so I ain't too worried. I'm still going to like be fairly all-encompassing with my search though, because I want to make sure that I'm I've just got a bank vault key, you know, and that's of interest, obviously. No one can seem to keep their decks of cards around here either. Hi horse. More information on this key. Documents. God, there's 5 characters. Check on the roof and then we're gone. Gone, we're done. Don't know why I did that. Did you just roll in through the window? Kinda cool. Inventory organisation. I think we've still got a fair old bit of space. Not exactly on too many timers. You know, I can't claim our stuff in Grackle. I go and do this one. Then I think that's us well and truly set up to go and do some main quest stuff. Somebody finally sent Shelby across to Yeb, they say. Safer for now. Safer to travel now. Need any supplies? God, everyone's so expensive. No, I'm good. Can I have a sip of your water, or is that... Yeah, if we finish... the problem is, every time I do this, I'm like, oh yeah, after this moment, we'll get on with doing that. And I, distracted. Oh, Jackson, your crimes will be downfall. Assess to this bounty hunter one way or another. One of us ain't walking away. I mean, that worked out okay. Oh, no, I died. Like, I want to test out what happens when I use my melee. I don't like the melee. Thought for 1 second there that we'd have to kill everyone again. Where were we going? Up. I do like the ebb and flow of this game. What's causing damage over time? Types of enemies we're fighting. Everything that seemed wondrous and weird glimmering in the palm. Yeah, I'll take an eye. That's, yeah, like, again, that was the thing I was finding with Norco, is it's very much like having to be switched on 24/7 with it. 1 hour that I played. Whereas this has, like, travel moments and things like that. Oh, Onarists. Wraiths. Isn't there, like, a story thing we need here? Dreamers of Vervain. Although I think that was on Jane's character. That was one of the things we chose to pick up on. Yeah, it was the Onarist, the bloke who was caught in a statue. Can't be good to eat a zombie corpse. Fairly sure in the zombie survival guide that a bit of a no-no. The Absolutionists had built a spirit hall to serve any passerby that needs guidance. Might head in there on the way back. I'm kind of interested to see what these Absolutionists... Let me get a save. Boy, we need some ammo. Doesn't seem to be anyone outside the caves today. I'm going to bother some cactuses. You know, we're a bit money poor at the moment. Well, sometimes you find a cache. And I just want to open one of these up and just be like, here's a handful of bullets. I'm assuming it wants me to go. Again, stealth is our friend. We want. I'm just immediately missing having the silent rain period. And just like take that guy out straight away. Oh, I pressed the kick button. Switch to the gun we actually have some ammo on. What the? A bounty hunter? Pull this over a stupid horse. I'm gonna die, I'm eager to move. So yeah, I think I want to sort of definitely move more towards a shotgun, but that seems far more powerful than some of the other stuff we could be doing. Rifles, shotguns, and yeah. So I suppose actually reducing service fees is actually becoming something that's useful now. We want to save the golden ace. You know, I want to jump higher if we can. Yeah, I do think if we could have like had far more choice in terms of upgrades with the Nimped upgrade stuff, that would have been cool. So I think about like the Dishonored games and the differences between each of the player characters there. They're pretty wide between them. Apparently we're making it a bit of a thing of eating one of our bounties. I suppose that just like adds to his mystique though. It adds to his character. You hear that the pig guy bounty hunter's on his way after you. You don't want to get eaten, do you? You have a reputation for doing that. Yeah, if I could avoid it, I'd avoid that. Problem is we're coming in these places over and over again. It's hard to like know what loot refreshes and when. The other game I've been playing a bit recently, Stalker: Shadow of Chernobyl, is every time I come and play that game I'm impressed by it, but especially when it came out. And I think something that's very underrated with that sort of game is having loot that's very mundane, like finding a bottle of vodka's worthwhile. It's similar to Tarkov as well, you know, finding like these items that seem almost superfluous, and then you know they have value to someone. And it's quite fun. And it just sort of reminds me of this, you know, some of the stuff you're picking up is. No, I need to grab that spoon. But I think there is something to it. It's nice gathering, so like now we know like little bits and bobs about like our horse and stuff like that. We know what the sort of items we do want to be continuing across. Because we know that the next character will also get them. I think if I put loads of copper on, we can immediately know that we can upgrade whatever basic weaponry we've got. We like being able to get up into the game. Very different to anything else like it. They've just been stealing sheriff's office signs. Very good. How can we show that these hardened criminals down here are really something to be scared of? Well, if they've got some sheriff signs, we can prove that they're not scared of anything. In the middle of the night, creeping out and doing the bolts? No. Sheriff sign stuff. What if the sheriffs did actually like sleep in those little houses? That would make it actually scarier. Right, so done this place. Anything of interest behind there? Silver. Maybe. We got some spare. No, only copper. Worth it though. Doing the obligatory drop frame check. 0 drop frames. Very exciting. I do really like the reuse of locations so far. I think it's an interesting way to approach sort of smaller type design instead of having that like typical roguelike thing of having infinite space. You instead have like some small good space. We said we'd go and visit the Absolutionists because I kind of want to get a sense of their deal a bit more, so chimneys and ropes are a bit grand. See, things like that I just wouldn't have considered. Shepherd's Grace Spirit. Solution. Book of Prayers. We've been to this sort of place, haven't we?
The presence of the spirits seemed to fill the air with peace.
Trying to get a better sense. I know that we've Talking Pig, Floods are mighty. I want to get a better sense of these guys. The witch may be known by these signs: a lust for blood, a wild and feckless demeanour, an ability to awaken during daylight hours, a strong scent of rot. Wary, ye settlers of the West. I mean, that's just teenagers. Ah, someone has a side quest for us. I pray that even a creature labouring under a curse like yours may still be willing to aid the faith. Recently, a patrol of Gavin's hounds was attacked by wretched witches. Wretched witches. Wretched witches of the West. Praise the spirits, our people survived, but the sinners made off with our ceremonial horn. $100 to get it. It's sort of like side quest stuff is, you know, we can get more money, but I have a feeling that money's slowly becoming less and less of an object in this game. But getting ourselves a bit of story, now that's something worth side questing. Got the treasure there. Fields look ready for a harvest. I wanted. We've got to turn in all these wanted things before we can actually look at our stuff. Vile monster Shelby Cross finally brought to justice. Fair readers rejoice. But, have we read that? Maybe. We've gone and got him. Ladies and gentlemen. I just saw this guy. Being said, I'll have all your pistols. Well, I can sell my junk here as well. Any horse junk we want to get rid of? Yeah, I want to see how the other characters come into it as well. I think, like, that's becoming my interest of this game, is the main story. And they've made a fun loop. Fault that too much. Have that, you can have that. It's 2. Nice. Alright stuff, to be fair. There's a mercenary here. No one named. I was seeing if we could get, was it Monty? It was Monty from previous quest. Keith Davis. Alan. Riding with the Stillwaters during. Yeah, we'll accept it. I can't say no. Go and grab this secret stash as well. We will finally defeat these Hound Eaters as well. I know Carol Jackson. Want that. That. Dive around the corner. Oh, come on, some of that hit. There we go. We beat Carol Jackson. Why are you starting your own campfires? Need to eat. More specifically, I can obviously, I can partake in people, but Jane can't. That was a good barrel. Impaired. Anti-poison. Yeah, there's some small things like being able to start campfires. Small little like things that would make the game go a little easier, but again, small team stuff. This place doesn't look promising. I've disturbed. Ridgeback. Just gonna stand over here and reload all my weapons. Hold on 1 second, Ridgebacks. I will be on my way. Two. What are these creatures? They're like bugmen. That twitching head stuff is horrible. I think I'm being followed by some bees here. They just stop? Yeah, they do. Do I need to just keep running from these forever? Ah, good. I will definitely have some Ridgeback cornbread. That's not foolish for me. Pigs love poison. To do the typical search absolutely everywhere for the thing to dig up. It's always a very quick thing. Never an issue whatsoever. Probably shouldn't be like spraying poison everywhere as well. It kind of covers the ground a little bit. So, if I were a game developer, which I'm not, where would I hide the deed? Probably right here. Thought that was it. We are at a place. We're not even. Yeah, we are at. I was wondering if that was just a. Gunzy ground. Find and dig of the treasure. Oh, hollow tree. Well, that's at least a semi-secret stash. Anything on the mini-map? There's an arrow in midair, of course. I remember if these things can exist outside the area limits. It's like a very obvious place to hide it. My other guess would be like under one of these big rocks, but I don't think there's been any evidence that we can move those. Every single time we have to do one of these, it's the same story. And then dig the treasure from the secret stash. For any more information, I'm sure we had one of these before. There was like, oh, it's under a certain grave or something. Could just untrack it. I'm going to adjust my seat and everything. Always feels like you want to start from one end and just like go back and forth to the other end. That never seems to be the solution to these things. They seem to be like noodle traps. You just want to noodle around them until you find what you need. I wonder if this game's Googleable yet. I don't think it's popular enough really to. How Long to Beat's only just been fully updated for it, which is well, I didn't check for about a week, but it took a while. $20 if you're interested. Shoot something? Okay. That's interesting. It's only interesting because you can do it. It's not necessarily super helpful, but... Ugh. Body. One quick last look up here and then I'm going to give up because I fancy doing this forever. Where I watch the replay and notice it like really obviously in front of me. This is where I'd be hiding it. And that's where we could look. Last one. I also want that one as well. They're the quests I want to be tracking. No, no, come on, leave. Stop bothering the trees. I've been beaten. Beaten by a secret stash. I'll make that in 17 days. We just come from there. I'm gonna get this horn. That's a good line. You feel like you're being watched. Oh, go away, Siren. Felt very slightly better, that combat did. Again, what does it take to get a fire around here? Trying to like maths out in my head how I could potentially start a fire. I'm noticing the barrels in these sort of smaller maps tend to be worth searching in. Tends to be some like good ammo and stuff like that. Oh, how many streams have we done? Is this the 4th one? I think that puts us at about 8 hours played then. I should double check. What's going on here? Has there been no one? We caught them whilst they're out. Apparently so. I think there's usually a fire in here actually. Yeah, there is. Cool, let's get out of here. That was odd. It's not the problem, but it's the interesting part of like these sorts of games. It's the sort of like kind of half mathsing out. Is this a weird game issue or is this a me issue? Anne Bennett. Hey there, partner. This here's private property. Now, normally we charge you a fee to cross it, but what's that I spy? Signed package. Hoo-wee. Must be something good. They hired a courier to deliver it. Hand over the goods. Refuse. Who did I free from the still waters? Oh, friendly. That's the stuff where, like, I'm trying my hardest to use the close combat stuff, and I'm just not sure if I'm just missing something, because every time I change to a gun, it's just instantly better. And again, we've got no fire. I suppose we can eat though. At least gain some health back. It's pretty, like, respectable the amount of health you can gain back from doing this. You do almost get the sense in this game that it's been made by a DM who you've all created this beautiful, brilliant, weird, wonderful world together that's really interesting. But the DM's just absolutely in love with combat encounters, so it does that again and again and again. Which I understand why. Like, if you're gonna focus your core design there, then you know, it makes sense to focus in and make that good, which it is. Trader's Journal. A worn logbook with the last entry splattered with dark stains. Borrowed from the last crossing. Couldn't shake 'em. Wish I hadn't woke up. Would have passed peacefully in my sleep. Would never have taken this spirit's cursed job. Told the boss that this trail was too dangerous, but the clients needed their shit quick. And whatever happened here didn't go too well. I'm being very distracted. Right. Got the ability to buy any more abilities. Don't need the charge. Quite like a shotgun ability of sorts. I do like we've just been here like in the last hour this location, but it's actually kind of interesting because I didn't immediately recognize it because of the rain. Gave a different like atmosphere completely. The Quake symbol. Just these two. Not someone out by dropping on them from above. Dishonored. Very good. That is the joy of these sorts of games. Like, that's genuinely just put a smile on my face, because not because of the naming convention, just because I formulated a silly plan in my head and it worked. All we want in games is to make a silly plan and for things to happen. It reminds me of like when we blew up that monster in one of the pits. I'll have to take this on. A few of them today. Oh, not like this. I suppose actually it makes sense for this character to have this ability set, because getting into the combat and getting into this sort of hectic moments sort of then allows you to heal up really easily after the fact. I don't get why that's dodgeable though. In fact, I want to get to eating because there's like 10 blokes in one room. Get into what they're doing in a second. Yeah, my plan then was to try and get above them, like up here somewhere. It didn't quite happen. More treasure maps. The absolute last thing we need is more treasure maps. I'm so bad at them. I didn't leave anybody behind. We're going to deal with small pickings of dollars before we this feels like a perfect sort of grenade time. Anti-Tiggeth, tougher than you have tried. What's going on? I had like an age-long vendetta with the still waters, it's fine. They have another way of escaping out here. No, they're just running into the corner. That's one way to finish a vendetta before it's even started. One well-placed stick of dynamite and, you know, everything's solved. There's nothing to worry about. Patrick, you annoyed me. I was about to say how bothered it would be about going through all these trunks and stuff, but then you find a nymph relic in them. I like it when the rules are simple. You know, you have, here's the one place you want to go to get the thing you need. Ignore everything else on the way. I'm ignoring copper now as well. I have a feeling like some more copper will be useful, but we don't need that much of it. I also do not want to keep that gun. Let's get out of here. Yeah, every now and then I'm playing it and I'm like, am I had enough of this game? But then something fun happens and I'm like, no, not quite yet. Only one thing drives these monsters out the hunger. These those big rock monsters. Yeah, cave terrors, aren't they? Solution to those is to run away. We fought them before and it did not go well. Drop off their ceremonial horn or whatever it is. Ain't one for sermons, me neither, Jane. You returned, I prayed to the spirits for your safety. You have our ceremonial horn, in and bless. Took a collection for you, here's $100, as promised. Whereabouts are we on the map? Do we want to nip down to Grackle, turn in that bounty and then head up to Cedar Flats? It's going to be a while before we're back in Grackle again. That being said, I'm interested to see what's on this part of the map. I think, like, yeah, you always go, like I was looking at these hills, like, oh no, what are we going to do here? But you just go through them. It's Mine Crawler. Snarls. Force, don't. Oh, I messed that up. I saw that I needed bandages, but I was kind of like more focused on what was going on with the horse. I wonder what the system is actually like for the random encounters. Is it just like a sort of roll of the dice sort of thing, or or is it like after a certain amount of steps this thing will happen? It definitely seems location focused. Like that one we just had was in the mountains, therefore sort of fighting an enemy mountain terror makes a lot of sense. There's some ammo up there. I guess the wolves couldn't quite eat the ammo. Yeah, it appears that bounties don't run out once you've claimed them, so we'll just save that Aaron Allen one and go down south for it. Warrior of the Lost Fire Nation stands surrounded by outlaws in the brush. This is a part of the lore that we've read about once or twice, and I'm fairly confused as to what it is. Looking mighty lonely now, native. Ain't gonna say it again. Give up the loot and we'll let you live. My last offer, take it or die, like your friends. Ah, right, okay, so it's a native coded peoples I didn't even notice that. I think this is the first person we've met. The settlers don't understand anything. This ground is sacred. Fine, you can follow your pals into the grave then. Wait a minute. Who in spirit's name are you? Get out of here. This ain't your business. Of course we'll accept violence. This one's a chunky one. Too much blood has been spilled here. Hi, Dad. Damn it! Did I die in a cutscene then? I was actually like kind of interested in what was going on there. That was a don't like those mine crawlers. Right, so we don't get to see that. That was interesting at least, because obviously whenever you're dealing with Western sort of Western type media themes, you tend to bump into the fact that a lot of that ground and land that was seen as the Wild West was actually taken by a whole other people. Now I don't know the history like in depth of it. I know it's something that's like inherently part of them, the themes. Here's your reward. Collect a bounty for turning in either Lila, Shelbury Cross or Galen Weeks. Right. Wait till day. I think it's worse for a game to sidestep around these things sometimes. It just needs to take them on. More junk. Keep the Vervain just in case it comes up again. There are drunken fools in this town. This is the town you accidentally wiped out. No, it's... Do we want some more bandages? I feel like we may. We're going for this like kind of... $3. Jesus Christ. Buy one. Seems like we're going through them at a greater clip than before. Just stood there next to the pigman whilst he has a shovel in his hand. Don't like this. I wouldn't either. Go back to Lee and Haunch and deliver them their goods. Ah, you were sent by Chung Wei, right? Last my supplies was beginning to think Runner got waylaid in the wilds. Let's see him. Everything's here. That's a relief. Bless you, traveller. Here's your $50. Got a side quest. Shit, pig. You hadn't opened your mouth. Might have shot you where you stand. Dagger and Bones is used to hunting beasts like you, not hiring them. There's no hard feelings. I got a job available, and I ain't picky on who takes it. Had a supply delivery go missing out on the trails from Grackle, and I'll pay $60 cash. You know me, I can't say no to a side quest. That's all the way down here. Oh, the tanning supplies are off to the east. Always be fearful of the save games. When I said off to Grackle, I thought like it's gonna clearly go the other way. pistol is so much superior to any other gun. Oh, not what I meant to equip. Do not like weapon wheels. Jane, what are you doing? Fire here. Yes. We'll use that to eat up because we, you know, they thankfully just sacrificed their own horses on the way into here, so make use of. Oh, be a guy here. Why can you dodge that? Bet that range just put out the fire as well, hasn't it? Oh, damn it. I mean, it's good of the game to do that. Frustrating. I was about to get cooking some food. Oh. Wonder what was going on there. No mortal hand lifted the stone of this temple from the earth, and no mortal hand has ever been able to reveal what's hidden inside. I mean, it'd be rude not to have a look. Broken step. Quiet. All set. Stabby pig. Great Hunter. Almost like it was called up very... Laptop doing that dying thing again. Almost as if it has a sleep timer. Everyone wants to hire me around here. Looking for work, my runner's laid abed with the fever and I got a client at the Dagger and Bones waiting on an order of trapper supplies. I'm declining. We've built ourselves back up outside quests more than enough here. I think I want to like at least progress the main quest a touch before we finish today. I think having a good reputation as the pigman is kind of appealing to me though. You know, with everyone looking upon him with horror almost immediately, I think having someone who becomes likeable because of his deeds is fun. Lone warrior, bad odds, and you come here riding in like the cavalry. Using who? Oh, okay. Okay, at least we're getting this then. And the native violence. This time I'm going to equip the shotgun. Yeah, she's got a lot of... These are like really hard hitting guys. Too much blood has been spilled here. I9 in Stranger. You saved my life and more importantly my honor. May my ancestors watch over same balance. Think you'll mind if I start eating these people? Very minimal what it's given us here, but glad to have seen it at least. Camping. I forgot we could camp. That's on me. That's on me after moaning for a lot of this. Moaning that we couldn't get a fire. Turns out it was very doable. Leans and Sons Jewelers. That's actually where we want to go. And Yao. Oh, the poor beast who helped the town cleric. I'd offer you some rouge to help your countenance, but you can't paint over a monster, darling. Not a monster. I suppose not, after you helped the cleric. Perhaps there's a soul under all that pig flesh. I made it for Cecilia, it's true. Why do you wish to find her? Cecilia may know who did this to me. Ah, so you're looking for answers. Suppose if I looked the way you do, I'd want answers as well. Ah, the world can be cruel. Very well, Cecilia works in Quigley's Lantern Room, brothel, west of here on the edge of Ridgeback Wild. You'll need the password to get in. Creature comfort. I'm guessing the writers of this game enjoy irony. I do hope you find the answers you're looking for, good pig. The world's cruel enough as it is.
Cecilia bought the locket for her lover. That lover must have been you. Cecilia works at Quigley's Lantern Room. A pleasure parlor. Hope they ain't afraid of talking snouts.
Gonna see what this new area is like. You haven't got too much more in the way of side quests. Essex Mass calls out. He seems like he's been... All these people are familiar with me, but I don't know who they are. Effin Floods. I've been looking high and low for you, Pigman. Is it really there, the brand? Floods, there it is. Alright, Essex. Alright. Gotta get closer. But these things... Testy as knotted rattlesnake. Howdy there, Pigman. I'm Essex Mask. Researcher of the occult and seeker of immortality. Want to take a look at that brand? Gonna just come a little closer if that's... Met you already. Bloods, it talks. We met? Well, that explains a heap. Listen, I've been talking to somebody, a bounty hunter friend of mine. This gal, she's got the exact same brand, the very same one. She's next to me. And she floods... Almighty. Jane? You already possed up? Brand shit's moving faster than a hare with a tail on fire. Jane already told me about a room with 5 portraits. Said that's where she got the brand. You know anything about that, Pigman? I saw that too. Spirit's alive, I knew it. Listen, Pigman. You and Jane, those brands, there's a connection. I ain't know what any of it means, but I do know this. It ain't the last time me and you branded folk is gonna cross that paths. I can feel it in my guts. And now I got a lead on that immortal I was telling you about. Aleph. What places to be? Who is this immortal? Slipperier than an oiled fish. 1 minute I think I've got a bead on the sucker, the next I'm empty-handed. But Aleph's got figured out how to cheat death. And Aleph's one I need to meet. I won't quit because the death won't. Did more poking around since I met the bounty hunter lass. Those brands. Looks like it's about body possession. I guess you already figured that out, huh? You're not who you were, but the heroes you crafted in previous journey went back home, and if they're still kicking, can even be recruited into your posse. And retrieve any items you left with them too, including keys and unspent nim relics or golden ace of spades. Beware, anyone who started a vendetta against your old self may be... That's why you needed, like, the history of the vendettas as you go along. I'm glad to get that, like, little update, though. I forgot about that character. As soon as he started talking, I remembered who he was, but initially I was like, who are you?
Light through the trees. A warm glow in the brothel windows, but it's quiet. No drunken brawls, no shouts of pleasure. Place even open.
So the story may have made me want to save a little bit there. Quigley's lantern room. The room is out of the Millswood. 4 dead after a fight with them natives. Seems they're moving into the area for real. Glad you all ain't mixed up in all that. By the way, did you get that package I sent? Mum will put a little extra sugar in the plum candy, just how you like it. And I know we can jump over, but I don't quite want to go second. I will. Fill me full of hope that all the windows are barred on the downstairs. Request entry to Quigley's lantern. Oh, we've got the password, haven't we? Let's go and use the password. Missed that. Sylvester Potts. Welcome to Quigley's lantern room. What I mean is, welcome to the lantern room. Apologies for the sign, we're still updating after the old owner left town. Now please, speak the past. Correct, sir. Now unfortunately due to the change in ownership, only our VIP members have access. Allow me to slide open the panel. Oh, whoa, one of those pig swine things. Fuck. Sir, nicely dressed as you are, I'm afraid you're not on our VIP list. Celia, you want... no, I'm afraid I've not heard of her. Now if you please.
Sound of more locks turning. Guess you'll need to find another way inside.
Master Boar, I heard you talk about Cecilia. Meet me at the back entrance. I think everything's good here. Master Boy, you came, good. Well, apologies for my colleague, he's ill-mannered. Though in his defence, I've never heard one of you speak before. You asked about Cecilia? You wish to speak to her? Well, I may be able to help, but why should I trust you with the information I have? That locket, you knew her? Well then, truth is she's been missing 3 weeks. She and the old owner, Clarence Quigley, vanished without a trace. I'm worried whatever happened to her, you might need help of someone with your physical stature. Here, a key inside. Search the workers' dormitory for leads. Before you go, there's another matter you may be able to help me with if you'd be kind. I had a feeling I could trust you. The new brothel owner, Maximo di Quava. He's violent, leaves my workers a bloody mess. Worse, he won't let any of us leave. He must be gotten rid of, but it must appear an accident, or else his goons will blame us and make matters. Maximo usually keeps to his room upstairs. Go there and give him a tumble from the balcony. You must ensure no one sees you. Even knocking out one of the guards would raise attention. Do you think you can help? Don't get rid of him, we'll die here.
Cecilia's missing. Brothel's former boss, too. Something ain't smelled right. Time to get to sniffing.
Right. Oh. That's going to be enough for today. We're going to progress on with this quest later, but the fact that we've got to sneak in and not be caught, I think, enough of a reason for me to have a break on this one. I'm getting a bit. Should be another stream tomorrow, I should think, depending on. I've got lunch with someone, so depending on how that goes. Probably play some more Weird West. Maybe even a bit of Tunic is the thought that keeps crossing my mind, but we'll see how that goes. I'm full of good thoughts, me. Righty. Thank you for watching. Bye. That done the thing? Ah.